Watch out. You know what it is? The Cooper and Anthony Show.
Well, whether you ever worked at a fast food restaurant or you've just been there, I feel like wacky stuff always goes on at fast food restaurants. I feel like that's always we always open up that weird news section of the paper. And there's always something wacky that somebody saw or did, and it always seems to happen at a fast food joint. I don't know why that is. So have you ever been there when something wacky was going on at the fast food store? Or have you ever worked at a fast food restaurant and experienced wackiness like Jay has? Hi, Tom.
Hey, how's it going?
Now, Tom, have you know what I'm talking about here, right, with the wacky experiences at the fast food places?
I think so. I think I may have been quite a few people's wacky experience at a fast food restaurant once, actually.
What'd you do?
Well, I used to work at this Boy Scout camp, and we would do this skit that involved using those crowns that you can get from Burger King.
Mm-hmm.
So for 6 weeks, every Sunday, we'd go in there and ask for a couple crowns, and finally, on the 6th week, the manager came out and he was like, all right, you guys have got to show me this skit. And the skit involves two men playing 5 different roles, 2 of them being women. So right in the middle of the Burger King, we set out our chairs and got mop handles for swords and mop heads for female hair and put crowns on and performed this skit in front of like the 30 people that were at the Burger King.
Oh, no, that must have been hysterical.
They loved it. They clapped for us when we were done.
They did applaud. They applauded at the end. They enjoyed it.
Oh yeah. That's our best skit. Everyone loves it.
And what are some of your best jokes from it?
Well, it's not really a joke thing. It's more like the fact seeing a 6'2", 220-pound guy with a mop head on his head, talking in a female voice.
Did they at least give you a free Coke or something?
Well, they gave us the crowns for free, I guess.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
That's like big money, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a good deal.
So, Tom, you realize somebody's going to call and be like, one time I was at a Burger King and these guys put these mop heads on.
I would not
and start doing the skit.
Right in front of me.
They say these couple cute guys put the mop heads on.
It depends how they phrase it, right.
Yeah.
Okay, so Tom, was your wacky experience at Burger King, perhaps?
Talking like a girl with a mop head on.
Exactly. So it happened one day at the fast food joint. What about you, Chris?
Well, I was hauling a big piece of machinery. I was in a dually pickup truck, and we had a long trailer, and we pulled behind a wheel. They got like all the diesel fuel in the back, and then there's a Wendy's off the side. And I was really hungry. I was in a hurry, and this wheel goes off the interstate, obviously. And so, I mean, everybody gets off there at the interstate. There's nothing around there, no rest stations, and everybody, I think, wants to get out of their car and go order in instead of going to the drive-thru.
Right.
So I tell the guy, I said, go ahead and fill it up for me. I'm going to go around here and get something to eat. So I walk around there. I go in. Obviously, my car is getting filled up. So I go inside. There's like 30 people in line. I'm like, oh, geez. So I decided, I looked out the window, and there was nobody in the drive-thru. I was like, well. So I just walked around to the drive-thru, and I couldn't get the thing that's the first part of it. So I just walked on forward. And then I noticed a car pulling up behind me. I said, well, I better hurry up. So I walked up to the window. Nobody was at the window, so I started knocking on the window.
Oh, no.
And the girl was real nice. She opened the window. And I told her, I was like, I'm around back. I'm trying to, kind of a little hurry. But there was like a bunch of people inside. Can you serve me? She's like, sure, let me get this order real quick. So she got the order from the car that was behind me, and unluckily there was like 4 more cars getting behind me. So now I got 4 people looking at me like, what are you doing?
Like the guy thinks he has an invisible car or something?
Well, the funny thing is, I kind of squatted down to talk to her in the window, and I thought, like, they probably think I'm pretending I'm in a car.
You're pretending you're in a car, right? Did you pretend to put your hands up on the wheel?
I thought about it.
Adjust your mirrors.
This would really be funny if I just act like I'm in a car and I'm closing the window, rolling it up. I said, nah, I'm not going to do that.
And just turn around and start going, honk! Honk!
Well, and then I started wondering, I was like, are they just going to get mad at me? But they didn't get mad. Nobody said anything, and she handed me the food, and I run around there and went on in, and the guy was like, how did you get out of there so quick? I said, I went to the drive-thru.
Without a car.
Yeah.
But I think that I wonder because if you pull up, Chris, you're actually brilliant because if you walk up to the where you shout into the microphone thing, they don't know if you're in a car or not.
Well, actually, the thing is, for some reason I couldn't get at the trip. So I just went on up to the window and knocked on the window. There is another quick story, too. When I was a little kid, obviously I come from a redneck family. I'm from South Carolina. I try to deny it every time I would bring somebody home. My brother would have a new set of tires, 40-inch tires, and they proved me wrong. But when I was a kid...
redneck. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, when I was a kid, we had a 79 Ford pickup truck, and it had 35, 38-inch tires, and it would not fit through the drive-through because tires were even wider than they were normally stock supposed to be, and we were riding up on the edge of the sidewalk going through there, and then we were so tall, we had to, my dad had to kind of open the door. I don't know how he did
and lean down to reach the...
lean down and order. I'm like, geez Louise. And the antenna, the redneck antenna is dragging the thing when it goes through. So that was the second funniest thing I've ever done when I was a fast. That's
great, Chris. That's and there's your theme song. Thank you, Chris. Okay, so top that. You ever have anything wacky happen to you at the fast food restaurant? Hi, Brent.
How are y'all this evening?
Now, Brent, what happened to you at the Jack in the Box?
Short and sweet. We were out one night. It was a late night, probably 12:30, 1 o'clock. At least, hungry as you get on a Friday night.
Mm-hmm.
Went through the drive-thru Jack in the Box. There's two of us. Placed our order. All excited to get something to eat. Fries, burger, drink, all the good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Pull up to the window. All the lights are off. There's nobody home. The restaurant is closed. I mean, there's not a banging on the window as loud as it could. Guy out looked in the window. It's empty. And this was about a year ago. And about 2 months after that happened, I literally thought I'd lost my mind. Maybe somebody's in the parking lot playing a joke with the little headphones on or something.
Right.
And I was watching Fox News, national news, and they were talking about how Charlotte was doing a test market for Jack in the Box outsourcing the drive-through windows. So obviously somebody got confused, and somebody somewhere else took my order, and there was nobody in the restaurant.
So you had to fly to India?
I don't know where my order was. Somebody in India got my order.
Somebody in India took your food order.
How funny is that?
Wow. But was there somebody? So when you drove up, was there somebody in the little booth?
No, the lights were on the menu box, but there was all the lights when I pulled up in the restaurant were off.
Wow, that's really wacky.
Yeah, I thought it was crazy. It freaked me out until I saw that thing on Fox and realized I wasn't insane.
Good thing for the news. Otherwise, you'd be like, I think I might have had an LSD experience without taking LSD.
Maybe a flashback or something.
Right. Thank you, Brent. That's wacky. Hi, Tracy.
Hello.
Tracy, did something wacky happen to you at the fast food restaurant?
When I graduated from high school, we went to New York City for a trip and went to the McDonald's at Times Square. Unbeknownst to us, it was their grand opening, so Ronald was there.
Mm-hmm.
A friend of mine wanted to get a picture of me and another friend with Ronald, and he leaned down and put his arms around us, so while my friend was taking the picture, he groped me.
You got groped by Ronald McDonald?
By Ronald McDonald. Unfortunately, we didn't capture it on film. His hand is coming right off of it where the picture was taken.
And are you afraid of clowns now as a result?
Or did you like it?
I'm kind of attracted to him.
Okay, so the question I should have asked is, do you make your husband dress up as a clown now?
There you go.
Put the red nose on. Come on.
Put the wig on, sweetie. I'm in the mood.
Bring the horn.
Yes, the big shoes, too. All of it. Thank you, Tracy. That's
You
so
like
funny.
Grimace?
Chad, just because you wear purple and are big. Hey, wait a minute. Is this a fetish thing going on with Chad this whole time?
Grimace?
It's a Grimace
I
thing.
didn't even know his name. Now Chad knows his name.
Chad's a furry. We had no idea.
Oh! Don't put that thought in my head.
It all makes sense now, Chad.
He's not saying no.
He's not saying no. He's not. Now, Scott, you worked at a McDonald's.
Yeah, I almost got killed, too.
Oh, wow. What happened?
Well, I was a maintenance man, and we had a cardboard baler out in the back, and you have to, get inside of it to crush the cardboard down.
Right.
And it was, really early in the morning, 5 o'clock, something like that. And I got really tired, so I decided to take me a little seat and doze off a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And while I was dozing off, I felt the whole baler starting to shake. And it was a truck coming to, compact it and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So the baler started raising up. I was still inside of it, so I had to come out and jump out.
Oh, gosh. Like in the movies.
Yeah. I look like a homeless guy, too, because I had like a big green dirty coat on.
You're like, what are you doing with my house? Put my house down. I pay good money for this cardboard.
I have another story, too, but it's kind of gross.
Okay, well, always, please.
Well, I worked at McDonald's for like 5 years, and I couldn't take it. It just got on my nerves every day.
Mm-hmm.
And one day in the dead of winter, I was outside. I was on maintenance again, and I had to go to the bathroom real bad. So I decided to go behind the dumpster.
Mm-hmm.
And during wintertime, they put the Ronald McDonald that sits out in the playground behind the dumpster.
Yeah.
And he was like laying on the ground. And I had to urinate really bad, so I decided to urinate on Ronald's face.
No.
Oh.
God.
Well, I gotta tell you, I know one person who's happy about that. Tracy. Tracy feels Ronald got what he deserved.
He's getting it back.
Hi, Jenny.
Jenny.
Hi.
Jenny, you ever have a wacky experience at a fast food joint?
I do. You know, I had a really busy day one day. I had a lot on my on that night. Wanted to get my kids some fast food real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Went to the drive-in. They had 2 windows. Went to the first window, paid, and just kept on driving through. And never got my food. So I get out to the freeway, and I'm like, wait a minute. I'm missing something.
Were you on your cell phone while you were at the window?
No, I was not.
No, see, she's busy. She's just busy and works a lot, and her mind was elsewhere.
But just forgot right about it. So then I had to go right back through and come back.
It might be called a drive-through. They actually want you to stop a couple of times.
They got their money, so they're fine.
Right.
Yeah, they were fine. They're like, oh, yeah, here you go.
It happens all the time.
I'm sure it does happen all the time, frankly. That has to, because it's at the end of the day, you're harried, you got the kids in the car, it's crazy. You know that happens all the time.
I'm sure it does.
Yeah, has
No,
to.
not really, because they say pull up to the second window, and you kind of have to pull forward, so you drive past the second window and keep going.
Yeah, I did. And I'm like, where is it?
Jenny.
Hi, Angie.
Hello.
Now, Angie, what happened to you at the McDonald's?
Well, I was a teenager, so that was, it was eons ago.
Mm-hmm.
But I remember we left a football game, went to McDonald's, we went back to the car, and a homeless guy jumped out at us.
What?
So we started running around the car screaming, but we never thought to run back into the restaurant. So it kind of went on for a while until we smartened up and jumped in the car.
Mm-hmm.
Shut the door. He had his face up against the windows, but we screamed for a while and then left.
You got chased at the McDonald's. So what did he want? Did he want your burgers? Did you just, throw a burger at him?
He was just like, ah!